Okay, so have you ever received a repeat item in your Boxycharm box? And how did this month's Boxycharm compare to what we got last year? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. So today's video is going to be a different one for my channel. I recently uploaded my November unboxing for the base box, Boxycharm base box, and I received a repeat item, a $150 repeat item. So after I posted that video, I started reading through everyone's comments, and apparently a lot of you received repeat items as well, and that's been happening a lot more frequently in recent boxes. So I thought I would sit down and make a video going over kind of what happens whenever or why you would get a repeat item in your box, plus a little bit extra talking about particularly this month's box and comparing it to what we got in November 2021. And heads up, this is going to be a get ready with me style video, so I'll be doing my makeup while I'm talking just to kind of give myself something to do. And so yeah, that's what's happening. Now let's get to it. Ooh, I gotta undo these buttons. I hate trying to do my makeup with long sleeves getting in the way. It just feels like it's restricting. Okay, so starting with this month, everything that we got in the box. By the way, I'll be using items today from this year's box in November and also the November box from last year. And I'm also trying out a new Hourglass concealer that they sent me recently, and we'll just kind of see how it does in today's video. In case anyone is curious about what I'm using, everything will be listed down below. Okay, so starting with this month's box, apparently it wasn't everyone's favorite cup of tea, myself included. There were a couple of solid products in this month's base box. Some people said they didn't like getting a lip scrub, some people said that they didn't like getting a lip oil, and then there were even some people who didn't like that there were two different lip care products in the same month. The biggest complaint about the base box this month was the fact that everyone got a heat brush. Not everyone, but a huge majority of people. And it's not actually about the brush itself, it's actually a pretty useful tool. It smooths my hair, it's compact, easy to travel with, and the color is actually quite cute. The complaint was the most people who received it, it was a repeat for the box. The retail value of the box this month was $244, but with it being a repeat item, the value of that item is actually taken away from the box, for me personally. If it's new to you, it's actually a huge bonus. For the price of only $27.99, you're going to get all these beauty products in addition to a $150 tool. And again, if you already own it in your collection, because that does take away from the value of it, it's going to bring that total down from $244 to $94. Huge difference. So after seeing so many people with this item that had had it previously, it got me thinking, how did this happen? How did so many people end up with this heat brush? And actually, just how do repeat items happen in general? So people who are new to Boxycharm, they may not know this, but whenever you're signed up with them, you have your account. Boxycharm actually tracks everything that you get. That way they can prevent you from getting repeats. But you have to pay attention. They do say that if you have multiple accounts, if you have accounts with different email addresses, it actually makes it quite difficult to keep track of everything that you've received. So if you have more than one account with different email addresses, or if you decide to deactivate your account and then reopen it later, that actually increases your chances of getting repeat items. Having multiple accounts with different email addresses, I can totally get why that would make it a little bit more difficult for them to keep track of everything that you've received in the past. But me personally, I would think that if you deactivate your account and then reactivate it, wouldn't that information still be there? Unless that means that whenever you deactivate your account, Boxycharm deletes it completely on their end. And so that whenever you go to reactivate your account, it's like it's brand new, never been with Boxycharm before. But what if you've had just one account with Boxycharm, the same account for a long time, which I know a lot of charmers have. I have had an account with them since, oh my gosh, I think I've had an account with them for like, I want to say 7 years, but I'm not sure if that's right. So potentially, even if you have that one account and you've had it for a long time, you can still get repeat items. So to find out why you could get repeat items if you've had the same account with Boxycharm for a long time, I went straight to their website to get the quote-unquote words straight from the horse's mouth, which meant I talked to the Boxy bot, the Boxycharm bot that you can have an online conversation with. So according to Boxycharm, aka the Boxy bot, repeats allow you to restock on your favorites So you can get it again after 12 months. But if you get the same item again within 12 months, you need to contact their customer support team, because then there is something wrong and they would need to address it. So with everyone getting the same brush in their box, as a repeat item, I can kind of see the fault in their logic behind the whole we keep track of things system. I'd actually gotten repeat items in the past, but back then it was either skincare, it was makeup, it was okay. Every once in a while, it's okay to kind of re-up on your favorite moisturizer, or if you end up getting a backup primer or face primer, because honestly, that's something you're going to be using every single time you do your makeup. So I can see the benefit in that. But now with the brush, I only need one. So with the heat brush, it's not like it's something that I'm going to use up entirely and need a replacement. It's not something that is going to expire, and hopefully it's not something that's going to go bad and I'm going to need to replace it right away, or at least within a year, because with it being $150, it damn well better last a really long time for me. Like, I don't know if that's low when you compare it to other hair products, hair tools and stuff, but $150 to me is a lot. If something wasn't even last a year, why would I want it? So I can see why everyone's upset, because it's lost value versus cost. But it will make a nice Christmas gift for someone, because I can already see a lot of people commenting that they're going to be giving this away as Christmas presents this year. Now, with the brush being featured back in Boxyluxe in March 2021, that puts us over that 12-month mark that they follow. And so I'm guessing that there is actually a very high percentage of people that got that in their base box. Not complaining about Luxe items going down into the base box, because Boxycharm has done that for years. Ever since they started Boxycharm Premium and Luxe, eventually some of the products do go to the base box. If you're one of the people who got this in your base box, show of hands. Okay, taking a little break for just a second. I'm letting my foundation kind of breathe and getting ready to do the concealer. But let me just tell you really quickly, my mascara is flaky and it's clumpy. It's driving me crazy. I went in with the Mellow Your Way mascara, and I'm so sad this thing dried out so fast. I only got to use it a couple of times, and the first couple of times it did so good, but now it's horrible. That thing has not done well at all, and I tried to layer over top of it with the one we got like just last couple boxes from Complex Culture. This one I really enjoyed, and I thought it could save the mascara by layering it, but it's not doing the job. So I'm just going to be dealing with flakiness from my mascara under my eyes all day. Love that for me. But really quickly, I just want to tell you about a new item that was gifted to me. Hourglass sent me their Vanish Airbrush Concealer. I don't know if they've redone the formula or maybe added new shades. I thought they already had this, but we're just going to give it a test today. And along with, I'm using a couple other Hourglass products. One is like their holiday edit kits. I don't know which year this is, but I love the powders in here, so we're going to be incorporating that into the look today. And yeah, so we're going to be trying out the Hourglass concealer. They say this is really good for dark circles. I'm a really good candidate for that. Discoloration, age spots, hyperpigmentation. It's supposed to smooth and blur imperfections. Oh, and I like this. They say that's supposed to absorb oil and balance the skin and control shine. I don't know if I've really thought about having oiliness in my under eye area. Maybe if you kind of use a super, super heavy eye cream, maybe. But we're going to go ahead and give this a little test today. So here I am with nothing here. Ooh. This might be a little bit too light for me, but we're just going to take it down a little bit to try and blend it out a little bit more. Very brightening, and it seems to be doing pretty good on my dark under eye circles. You guys can tell me in the comment section what you think of it. But this retails for $36. It has to be the most expensive concealer that I have, but if it can keep me from using color correctors, then I'm saving money by using this, because I have the worst dark under eye circles. And I don't know if this is self-setting. So far it seems to be doing it on its own. That is extremely bright, so there is a lot of pigmentation to that. And I think I'm looking in the mirror here. I don't think I'm going to need any color corrector. So far this is nice. We'll see how it continues throughout the whole makeup process and setting powders and everything. But anyways, let's continue on. So back on the topic of repeats, what does Boxycharm do to actually compensate you whenever you get a repeat item? Now, I've personally never been through this particular process to get compensation or to get a replacement for a repeat item, so I'm going to go to the user comments, or viewer comments, sorry, on my previous video. A couple others, going to do some research on Reddit and just kind of tell you some of the stuff I saw. So going through the comments, one of the most common ways that Boxycharm compensates you for repeat items is by giving you charms. One person said that they were given a $6 credit to use in the Boxy pop-up or the semi-annual sales that they do. One person in one of my recent videos said that they were given a $12 credit for 2 items. But whenever they went to go place the order in the pop-up shop or the monthly add-ons, they did have to pay additional money to have it shipped. I get why they had to pay for the shipping, but I think still at the same time, whenever it's not through any fault of their own, I think Boxycharm in this case should have given them a code or something to get them free shipping on their order. I have read that Boxycharm used to have a secret charm room exclusively for customers who have had order issues with Boxycharm. And to be honest, I can actually vouch for that secret charm room because I have been there myself. A long time ago, whenever I made an order with my charms, using them up, they actually left out 2 items from my charm order. They just never got sent out, never got shipped. I never received them. There was no tracking because on Boxycharm.com you can look into your items and see the tracking number. They never listed one. So when I contacted their team, letting them know what happened, I first had to send emails verifying that I had in fact placed this order, which I did, and they saw that. But they still weren't able to give me the item. They weren't able to do anything. They just said, okay, well, we'll just refund you this X amount. Go to this charm room and pick out some things. They did say that this was an exclusive charm room and not to share the link with anyone. I'm kicking myself for not taking screenshots. And by the way, whenever I went to this secret charm room, everything was out of stock. The credit that they gave me to use in that room, I actually never got to use because by the time they stocked everything, there was a time limit that I had to use those charms and they expired. So I was just out those charms. I never got them back and I emailed them about it and they were just like, well, you had till a certain date to do it. Too bad, so sad. But you know what, it wasn't like it was money out of my pocket, so I didn't, or was it? Because of the shipping costs. I think I had to pay shipping costs too. I didn't even think about that. I really took some time prepping for this video, kind of going through and reading people's comments, their complaints on everything, especially with repeat items. And I'm not trying to be negative in this video whatsoever, but I don't think I came across a single post that said Boxycharm, whenever I contacted them about an issue, they took care of it, they shipped something out right away, didn't charge me anything for it. I just didn't see any of that. You know, and it could be one of the situations where customer service does everything right and so no one says anything because, you know, they expect that's their job and you're only hearing things that are negative. I don't know if that's the situation, but I just never came across anything like that. So if anyone is watching this video and thinking that I'm just taking this opportunity to bash on Boxycharm, I'm just reporting on what I've seen. Please don't shoot the messenger. But also, if you are a person who has received a incorrect item here recently or a repeat item that was in that 12-month period, make sure to comment down below, let everyone know how Boxycharm is handling it, because if anyone's searching what to do with repeat items, maybe it could be really useful to them. Alright, so moving on to part 2 of this video, let's talk about how the Boxycharm base box for this month compared to what we got this time last year. And a little refresher, the value of my box this month was $244. And to show you everything that I got in my box, I'll hold it up for you really quickly. First off, we have that heat brush that everyone's talking about. And this is the one that I had before. This is from my personal collection and whenever we got it the first time. I used it today. I actually really enjoyed it. We have from Sophia Mabel the lip oil. And from Amina Skincare, we have the macaroon. I keep wanting to say macaroon, but I think it's macaron. It's the lip scrub. We have the clear brow gel, and this is from Belle in Argent, which I need to use really quickly just to do a little touch-up. And we got the midi palette from Ofra Cosmetics, which I did use the contour shade in here to kind of contour my face. It's still a little bit too warm. I probably should have gotten the light set, but they sent me the medium, so I'm just working with what I got. Total retail value on that is $244, but again, if you take away that brush, it brings it down to $94. Now let me show you what we got last year for the November box, and this is the base box as well. We have the Goat Milk Moisturizing Cleanser from Kate Somerville. From Trust Fund Beauty, we have another lip oil, so 2 Novembers in a row we have a lip oil, but this one looks really, really cute. I like the way it looks, and there's like little glittery sparkles in there. I'll try to show you a close-up of this, but I forgot about it. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. We got an eyeshadow palette from Violet Voss, and this is the Violet Sunset, and actually what I used today to create this look. So that's why like the eyeshadow doesn't really match what I'm wearing. It's a very summery look with fall colors. I just wanted to use this palette because I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. We got an eyeshadow primer from Ace Beauty, and I've been using this non-stop. I really, really like this. And the last time they came in the box last year, we have another palette from Seraphine Botanicals, and this is the Primrose and Cream Lip and Cheek Cream Palette. And I'm kicking myself for not remembering to use this before I powdered my face because I haven't had a chance to play with this, but it's a beautiful cream cheek palette. Like blush, you can use this for your lips. It's so pretty. I will be using this very soon. Now, whereas the variation that we got this month from Boxycharm, that one retailed for $244. This variation that we got in November last year, that only retailed for $152. But in my opinion, that is a much better box than we got this month. It was makeup heavy, and it seemed to feature a lot more bigger brands in it. Between the Violet Voss, Ace Beauty, Kate Somerville, like there was just more in there. This is actually my first time showing that box on my channel because at this time last year, I was having issues, a flare-up with my autoimmune disorder, and so I went to the hospital. I couldn't walk. I wasn't able to film. By the time I got everything taken care of and I was feeling better, it was already time to start talking about December, so I ended up skipping this month on my channel. And I feel bad, but also good now because I'm able to show it to you guys and let you know, kind of give you an update because some people may have forgotten if they have this in their collection. It's a really nice palette. I love Violet Voss. So the box eventually got its debut on my channel. Okay, so in conclusion, everything that I went over in today's video, I just want to leave you with a few final thoughts about my opinion on Boxycharm and how things are going. Yes, last year the box was better, and I know this one, I just really didn't enjoy it this month, and I understand that Boxycharm, you know, they can't hit it out of the park every month. Just realistically, there's no way for them to do that, so I'm not mad about that in the least bit. But now, I do feel that the box as a whole has changed a lot since last year. It just seems that the way things are going with Boxycharm, there are fewer bigger brands month to month, and they're switching over to more smaller brands, indie brands, and occasionally some drugstore items. Not that there's anything wrong with indie brands. My issue with it is that whenever you look at the Boxycharm website, there is no mention of indie brands. They only advertise the big brands like Huda Beauty, Natasha Denona. I've really been enjoying getting the Natasha Denona this year, so that I think they're doing well with. But they feature Charlotte Tilbury and NARS, like a bunch of really big brands. But those brands are spread so thin throughout the year and through the boxes. You just don't see them that often in there. So I feel like whenever you go to the website and they're only featuring those brands, it's a little bit misleading. The section where you go to view the brands that they offer in the box, I think what they need to do is, instead of listing only the prestige brands or any of the bigger brands, start listing the indie brands as well. That way people kind of have a better expectation of what to get in the box. And I also think that they need to rework or rethink the processing that they have for repeat items. Especially for it being 12 months, I think that makes sense for most items, like I said, skincare, makeup, stuff like that. But maybe they should either extend the time that they're keeping up with your products, or maybe retune it, you know, fix it to where it doesn't give you repeat tool items like skincare items, hair care items. Like, I don't need multiple rose quartz face rollers. I don't need multiple heated hair brushes. As far as influencers go, because while I was searching to see what everyone got in their box, the majority of people who get PR from Boxycharm got this exact variation. I think that would make it more fun for the viewers and for us to just get different variations out there. I don't know how their system works. I have seen previously that everyone who does YouTube got a variation, or the Facebook, like those kind of together. But the people who do TikTok, they were getting different items. People who do Instagram, who are more popular there, they were getting different variations from what the rest of us got. I think there needs to be a little bit more of a mix-up between the different platforms so that not everyone, you know, the joy is kind of go see what all the variations are, but the people who are getting those boxes early all seem to be getting the same thing. It's just a little pet peeve for me when it comes with being an influencer for Boxycharm. I know that doesn't really relate to everyone, but that's just my 2 cents. And last, and I don't know if this is going to make Boxycharm mad, but you know, Ipsy has owned them for a while and I still have not seen any progress as far as personalization. I know everything takes a while and you have to make sure the process is perfect and it's finalized, but something. You know, it's been a while since they've had them, so maybe 2023 they're going to come out with it. You know, maybe at the beginning of the year make a huge announcement for it. I think that would be amazing. But if not, you know, chop chop. But yeah, guys, that is just me kind of going on a rant about Boxycharm. I hope that if you're curious about the repeats, you know, the situation, how that works, I hope you found some information in this video that was useful to you. If not, I apologize. But hopefully, you know, anyone who's dealt with issues like this, make sure you come down to the comments section. You know, we can help each other out, figure out what to do, what expectations to get as far as compensation, if there are any, because with this item being back from March 2021, the heat brush, that's beyond the 12-month that they keep up with, so there may not be anything for it. And also, a little update on the concealer. Now that I have everything on, I didn't use exclusively Hourglass products. I just used one that I have from Dose of Colors, and it blended pretty well with it. It didn't have any issues. This Vanish airbrush concealer, this thing has such powerful pigmentation. I'm so happy with this, and so far there's not any creasing going on, but I haven't had this makeup on very long, so do with that what you will. But so far I really enjoy this. It does come in 22 shades. And this isn't sponsored or anything. They just gifted this to me and asked me to share my feedback with you guys. So that's what I'm doing. So far this is a hit. I would only say, you know, maybe not go with this if you're looking for something more like drugstore pricing, because this is easily the most expensive concealer I have in my entire collection. But in my opinion, it's worth it. I like the Hourglass edit palettes they have. I haven't bought one in a while, obviously, because this is an old one. But I've got their setting powder. I used it today. Their blush, we've gotten it in Boxycharm, and it's so good. Their little eyeshadows, the shimmer, like the cream, that's the word. Started to say liquid, but the cream shadows they have are really nice. And I like a lot of things from the brand. But yes, thank you to their team for gifting that to me. And yeah, if you want to check it out, it'll be linked down below. But yes, guys, thank you so much for taking time to hang out. I hope everyone's having a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family. Eat some good food. I'm going to be cooking all day tomorrow, so have me in your prayers. But yes, thank you again. I love you all. Have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.